Bonjour.
Bonjour.
That's what I always say to Ellen.
Hello.
I'm turning into Del Boy.
I'll stick with English for now. Good evening, welcome. Good to see you. It is Sunday again. Where are the weeks going?
Good evening, welcome, and and here's the news. I don't know. We haven't been drinking, honest.
The weeks are flying. We haven't been drinking yet.
Yet.
It's been an interesting week. I've titled this Schoolboy Error. There's a couple of schoolboy errors this week, actually. One involving beds, and more beds, and another involving Lego. So we'll get on to those. Honestly, how many beds have we bought? 4 beds.
Yeah, no.
Since we moved here. No,
well, 4 because we bought a sofa bed.
One is now in the dump. Right? We'll get on to that. We are live. We do this every Sunday. It's our chance to hang out and chat to you bunch. Can't believe it's Sunday again. This week has been a blur.
Absolutely flown by. It really has.
So let's say hello, shall we, to some people. If you're watching us live, please pop in, say hello. If you've got questions, you can pop them in. We're not particularly good at keeping up with the chat, but we try.
We try very hard. I think I've managed to do a good job of it most of the time.
We have a go. So Peter, Julian, welcome. Aid, Leanne, good evening. Will, Ed, hello. Once loved treasures. Hope you've had a good weekend. It's been busy and productive. We've been stripping out carpets, getting ready to decorate the 2 bedrooms at the front of the house.
We have a completely empty bedroom now.
We are sleeping in our daughter's room at the minute because we bought a new bed. We'll get on to beds in a minute.
Yeah, it's all been about the beds.
Andrea, welcome. Hello. Yes, we all make errors. Yeah, we'll get on to that. Hello, people. We've got Chris in and RS. Lots of people. Belinda. Hello, everybody. Right, I'll leave it there because we will just be reading hellos all evening. Porky's is in, Chris. Lots of people. Monkey Thrifter, Peter, hello. Right, I'm at the bottom.
Thrifty Vintage. Have we seen that name before? That's a nice name. I like that.
Thrift Tea Vintage.
Oh, cheers.
Have you got a tea? No, that'd be a coffee, wouldn't it?
It's a coffee and a squeaky dog.
Hello, Needy Jeff. So let's do this bed thing. So we bought a new bed for our daughter for this house.
We bought an old bed, as in it's new to us.
A second-hand bed.
Bought one off Facebook Marketplace. That was all very good, very smooth, lovely couple.
Drove to wherever in Norfolk and picked it up. Came back. Then am I going to have to pick you up, you little menace? Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Then we wanted a bed for the guest room.
Yeah, so this is how all happened in the last week. We've been trying to organise the guest bedroom ready for Christmas, and because we're going to host Christmas this year, and we needed a new bed. We bought our second hand a year ago.
We needed a new one.
We needed a new one, really.
So we went and bought what do you call it, like a fold-up one. That was fun, getting that in the car.
What happened yesterday? Was it yesterday? I don't know. It's all happened over several days. But we completely ripped out the carpet because we're going to get a new carpet. So we ripped out the carpets, ready to paint the walls, took the bed apart because it's wood. We decided we'll chop it up.
No, I'm keeping that to use in there now. The panels.
Yeah, but the other bits of it.
Yeah.
The panels we're using for shelving.
We can burn the
other
slats.
Parts of it we broke because we knew we were going to use it for firewood. And then we went off to get this bed that I'd arranged to go and get. Very nice black and brass metal bed. And we got there, and lovely guy. He was more than helpful, lovely guy. It was his son's bed, who's now moved abroad. So he was selling it for his son. And it was
Hi, Hannah.
it was really dark, wasn't it? We had to go to
Yes.
his garage to get it, and it was very dark. We could barely see it. At first, we couldn't find any slats.
Oh,
He didn't know where the slats were, and then you found them hidden in the corner, in a bag.
Yeah, eventually got it fitted in the car. That was a jiggery pokery exercise.
We had to bungee
the hatch down on the big Ford Focus estate. Anyway, long and short is we didn't closely look at it. It was dark, and the guy was selling it on behalf of his son. This guy was maybe 60, so a grown-up son was selling off a bed because he'd moved to Saudi Arabia. It's irrelevant, but this guy didn't really know what he had. When I came to put it together yesterday, bolts had been sheared off. The fixings on the uprights where you screw the bolts for the side bars, the fixings had been sheared off the poles, so there was nothing to fix to. Bolts were like this, bent, so you couldn't use them. It was just unused. You couldn't build it.
No.
So we got on the phone to him. We were like, he actually said when we left, any problems, Nick?
Yeah, he gave us his phone number.
You know where I am. And he was a lovely
it's
chap.
such a shame as well, because he was such a lovely guy.
But the schoolboy error here is don't take anything for granted when you're buying it. Check.
Look it over.
I mean, yes, it was dark, but we could have spent our time and just checked it was okay.
I think we were thrown as well because we spent so long looking for the slats and thinking we were just going to have to abort the whole thing anyway, because we didn't think that they had the slats for it.
So we paid in cash. I said to him, what's going to happen here? Do you want me to bring it back? He was totally apologetic and absolutely fine. He couldn't have been better. He said,
are there any moderators in the chat? If there are, could you delete posts, please?
So I said, well, what do you want us to bring it back? I'll drive. This was to Bury, so it was a fair old trip out, like an hour round trip. And he said, no, just keep it. If you can make it functional, fine. Or if you can give it away. I said, it's not fit for purpose. It's going to the dump.
Yeah.
So he just wired us. He put the money into our bank account. We paid him cash and he paid the money into our bank account. We texted him our details. So that was fine. But it just meant another trip to Thetford to the tip today. Mm. And then we had to buy another bed, which is now in the car because we've been all the way to Dereham to pick up another bed today. That's 4 beds in a week.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so what happened?
Always check before you buy.
Yeah, so I did a quick sort of almost a panic search this morning because I thought, well, we need a bed because we're sleeping in our daughter's bed and she's coming home for the weekend soon. So, yeah. So I did a bit of a panic search and I found a bed and we went over and got it today. Yeah. Although it's not ideal. It's not really the bed that we would have chosen. Not our first choice of bed. You didn't really. I thought it looked brass in the pictures because it was really dark in all the pictures. It turns out it's more sort of gold. So it's a bit blingy.
Painted steel.
It's like
it will look.
It's fine. Like sort of dark rusticy gold. Like a. I think it's made to. It's supposed to look like antique brass, but it looks more like.
It will be fine.
Yeah.
We've ended up with a metal frame bed.
But at the end of the day, I mean, if we absolutely hate it, we could just take it apart, give it a key, and spray it white or something.
Oh, potentially.
So
spray it.
Yeah.
Belinda says, I wonder how the bolts got in that state. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone was having a good old time in that bed.
It was either that or they did it when they took it apart and they just weren't very careful with it.
But the chap, Jan, who we met and we chatted to at length about our plans and he's in, he's in that holiday let business and we really got on really well and it was lovely. Yeah. He had no idea it was his son's bed and he felt terrible when we phoned him up. And he put it right instantly. It was just the palaver. It left us in the lurch because we didn't have a bed. Anyway, so let's leave that there. It's been one of those weeks.
So we do have a bed now, but we're going to paint the bedroom tomorrow.
Yeah, we've left it in the car because we're going to decorate first.
Because we were going to put it up yesterday. And then, we were putting it up, obviously, when we discovered we couldn't. We were going to put it up and then
decorate
take it down. Yeah, take it.
You can actually move the bed around and decorate around it. We only need to get to the walls. Anyway,
yeah, but
we're waffling.
Because of what's happened, it's much easier to just sleep in Ellen's bed again tonight and then paint and put it up tomorrow.
Going through 4 beds in a week could start a rumour. Well, yes. We've only slept in one of them. Ellen's one, the one we didn't buy for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we haven't put together the fold-out one for the guest bedroom.
No, because
So
at
that
the
one
moment, quite a lot of the contents of our bedroom is in the spare bedroom. Isn't it gorgeous?
It's a mess. You know what it's like when you're trying to sort things out. You just make chaos in between.
Yeah,
That's our life.
Steph just said you could spray paint the bed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We got a bargain, and it was almost brand new as well. They'd only bought it in March for their spare bedroom, so it had been used like a couple of times when they'd had guests.
It is.
And then they decided it wasn't worth having a big bed in their bedroom. So
it's in lovely condition.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's move on from beds. Let's put beds to bed, shall we? I've had enough, honestly. Driving around the county, picking up beds, trying to fit them in the car.
At the same time, it's been quite nice to explore a little bit, hasn't it? We went to Bury St Edmunds. Well, we've been there before.
We know Bury quite well.
But we'd love to explore. They've got all their Christmas lights up. So magical.
Everywhere we go,
so
we think,
pretty.
oh, we should have moved here.
So pretty. And we went to Dereham today, and that was really nice.
We have been to Dereham before, but only briefly. It's where we got the train from to Wyndham that time.
Oh yeah. And we went through like a station, and it was called North Pole Station, and they'd done it all up in Christmas lights, and it was all, oh my God, it was so.
That's on that vintage
when
line.
Ellen comes
I'm sure.
home for Christmas, I think we're going to go and do that.
Just cleaning me.
Oh no, yuck.
Am I? What?
Nobody
do I taste good? Do I taste
wants
good?
to see that.
I'm having a wash. Anyway, right.
You have to have a shower afterwards.
Got a load of sales this weekend. 18 FIFA World Cup sticker albums. Yeah. World Cup is kicking off, isn't it? Pretty much imminently.
It's a very strange time of the year for the World Cup.
Don't know. Is it always in the winter?
No. It's usually in the summer because people are in the pubs, and maybe it's because it's in Qatar that it's now.
I don't know. Right, I'm just trying to get to the end. Fart Face Marketplace. What's Fart Face?
Yeah.
We bought these on Facebook, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, it's all on Facebook.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
For the most part, it was a good experience, and the man didn't know that his son's bed was broken. You know, he was very pleasant, and the whole transaction, if the bed had been fine, was absolutely fine. Yeah.
Oh, don't lick my ears.
We did then see another bed last night that we really liked, and I messaged her, and she just messaged back and said, "Sorry, sold." Oh.
That was the Laura Ashley white one, wasn't it?
That was really nice.
So Once Love Treasure says there, my gran used to replace all the beds in her house every 2 years.
Really?
That's every all of that. Why? Most were never used, and the mattress is still wrapped in plastic.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
That's an expensive
Fair
hobby.
enough.
Changing all your beds every 2 years. Yeah, we'd had our last one for like 10 years, if not 15.
A lot of people redecorate their houses that often as well, don't they? Because
that's
like
a lot of faff. That's too much
and
faff.
then some people just move house every 2 years because they like change. What are you doing, Jeff? He likes your hair.
He's very sniffy today, isn't he?
He does like your hair.
He's whispering sweet nothings in my ear. This is a bit worrying. What are you up to, Jeff? Right, so we have a haul, and the other Schoolboy Error is part of the haul, the Lego.
Are you taking questions? Yes. Hopefully we'll see them too.
Qatar is slightly cooler in the winter.
All right. Yeah, so that makes sense.
That makes sense. Okay.
What's the story with the knives? They were there on Monday because I made a video.
we had so many weird comments about knives. I thought, I'll just move them out of the way. They're right here.
Yeah, I did take down.
People get concerned that we have knives on our wall, so I just moved them out of the way. Well, at least Stephen though is regular with his sheet changes. Nice to know, Stephen. Okay, so
there was a comment from Stephen earlier. Said, "Oh, bedlam." It's been bedlam.
Oh yes, it has been bedlam.
Made me laugh.
So, if you've not seen it yet, Andrea, you put out a video on your channel.
I did, yes.
About our
link below to my channel.
Our foray to an auction, and I have not yet edited the footage. there's some interesting footage of the preview and the actual auction and the bidding. The stuff we really wanted went bananas. Hopefully I've got footage of that. But we did pick up a few lots. We might do some of the highlights, although you've already shared it for the full rundown of what we bought.
Yeah, but I didn't share what you bought.
Oh yeah, my Schoolboy Error.
Yeah, thank you, Porkies. Looking forward to meeting you at some point.
Yes, we want to pop up to Wyndham anyway. So yeah, that would be
we were very
awesome.
near today.
Yeah. So yeah, and we haven't wound up that clock. I want to see if the clock works. Can you grab it?
Okay.
So we bought a clock for our own mantle. So we bought a mantle clock, as you do. We quite like the design of that. It's nothing amazing. It's not particularly valuable, but we got it for £5. Was it what's the make on it? Enfield. It's an Enfield. So it's quite nice, but we haven't wound it yet. We thought we would try it now. I love old clocks. Don't you love old clocks? Look at that. There's something really cool about old clocks. Right, Jeff, your face is right in the way. Right, do you want to have a go at giving that a little bit of a wind?
I'll hold it, you wind.
Oh. Is it a wind in the front?
I don't know.
I can't get the key. Bear with, the key is stuck. Right, spin it around. Have you got a holy front?
Yes, but you have to open the door. Great view people are doing right now, just this clock.
Right.
And Jeff on it.
Now that's interesting.
Yes.
We have two windy holes. I'm not a clock expert.
Sticky.
Why the two windy holes? Is one for the clock and one for the chime? That would make sense.
Ooh, is that called a Westminster clock? I don't know. Is it?
You're asking the wrong people, clearly. Right. I'm going to start on the left and hope that is for the clock mechanism.
Steve says, get that clock out the way. Jeff's trying to do a live stream here.
That's okay. The one on the left won't take any turn. That one did. Is it ticking?
Yes. Oh, it's nice and quiet.
Is it ticking? I can't hear it.
It is ticking. Yeah. Tell you what, pop it down. What people could see is the back of a clock.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, one for the time and one for the chime.
Yeah, that makes sense. How can you hear that and I can't hear it? I don't think that's going.
Come here, Jeff.
Is it going? Right, thank you. I can actually put it down now and give my arm a rest.
Be very careful not to overwind, says
Yes.
Derek.
Yes, I've only given it a...
Make sure you have the clock level, otherwise they stop ticking. Yes, it's definitely ticking. The problem is I can hear a certain tone and Nick can hear a certain tone and they're opposite. So we quite often don't hear the same thing.
Well, what the truth of the matter is, Andrea can hear all tones apart from my voice. That's
not true. That's not true. There are so many things that I can't hear. And, Nick and Ellen go, oh, can't you hear that? Can't you hear that? I'm like, no. I absolutely can't hear that.
That is really nice. It's a really, really quiet tick.
Raymond says, you're winding me up.
Oh, it was real. It's working, honest. I probably need to give it a bit more of a wind. Because I only twisted it around once.
All right, Tube. Can't believe we're spending our Sunday night watching you listening to a clock.
Other YouTube channels are available.
People are turning off in their droves.
Anyway, we bought a clock for £5 and we really like it, and that's going to live on our mantle.
Yeah, we'll sort it out later, but at the right time.
Ah, dearie me. So, do you want to know my Schoolboy Error? Let's go on to how much of a plonker I can be.
Leah says quickly, clocks are temperamental. They need to be kept standing still and in the same room temperature, not lifted all over the place.
It wasn't ideal, was it? That I know, but it's going. Yeah, it's still going. It's happier now. It's sat over there and not being molested. So yeah, let me just get to the end of the chat. I'm scaring Kath. Okay. Right, we went to the preview of this auction just to go and check it out, see what the auction was like. And I looked at loads of stuff, as did Andrea. I was particularly interested in a load of records. That's another story for the video I'm going to edit. Blew my mind what they sold for. And I bid up to a very high amount in my book. But I looked at a lot of toys, which I ended up buying. So in the lot was Sylvanian Family's boot windmill.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
It is quite cool. It has a bag of figures, but the figures are nothing to do with it. And most of them aren't even Sylvanians. They've bagged up some random Littlest Pet Shop and other gubbins and put it in there for no good reason. I think there's one Sylvanian cat in there. But yeah, that is okay. It's not worth big money. Excuse me, maybe 20 quid.
Oh, I've got a super chat from Gadget Man. Thank you. Every Hermes ranked as worst performing courier for the second year running. Grading criteria included customer service, parcel problems, and accessibility needs. That doesn't surprise me.
It won't surprise many, will it? That they don't have a good reputation, and the buyout hasn't seemed to improve things. We have not used them for a while.
No, we haven't.
99% of our stuff goes Royal Mail now. Yeah, but yes, thank you for the super chat, Gadget Man. I hope you're well. So
Susan likes the word gubbins.
Gubbin, I like gubbins. It's very very British, I think, the word gubbins. So in the box of toys, all as one lot, was also this Elves set and this Friends set. And we turned up to the preview with like not much time before they were going to close the doors. So I was rushing. I actually went to the trouble of looking up these numbers and thought, okay, there's some money there. And I quickly glanced over the boxes and thought they were brand new factory sealed. Are they brand new factory sealed?
No.
No. They're resealed with sellotape. Not even particularly good. How I missed this. I've bought and sold Lego for now like 20 years. Look. Been opened, bit of sellotape on it. Been opened, bit of sellotape. Honestly, I was livid with myself when I came back and saw that. I'm like, how did I miss that?
Stephen sent us a breakable parcel.
I've just used Every to send Nick and Andrea a breakable parcel.
We need to plug in because the battery's going to die any second.
Ooh, hang on.
Oh, that's exciting. Hopefully it'll get here in one piece.
Hopefully we won't lose the stream because the battery's about to die. I'm going to plug you in. Hold your breath. This won't hurt.
No, next, the one behind it. That's it.
You might feel a slight prick. Here I am.
Mr. Pentops says, nice clock, about 1950s or before. They usually have a date of manufacture stamped inside the wooden case.
Oh, we'll have a look. Yeah, we love that, the style of that.
Yeah, and it goes really nicely on our mantelpiece. Ellen said I'm officially a grandma now.
She's having a baby?
No.
So going back quickly to the Lego, yeah, I rushed and I looked over them badly, assumed they were sealed and valued them based on the sealed. I thought this would be about 30 quid and this would be 25, 30. I won't lose money, but it's not as good as I thought it was.
Chris thinks might be time for new glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, it's so frustrating because I'm usually so thorough with that sort of stuff because we were rushing. Yeah, anyway, assuming they are in there now I've got to assume they're in there. I've not opened them. This will still be 20 plus and this similar. And I paid, what was it, 20 quid the lot?
Yeah.
So it's not terrible. So let's say I get 20, 40, 60. There's also a brand new Peppa Pig playset worth about a tenner,
Oh,
maybe.
and there was some sort of. Did you talk about that little metal case?
Oh no, we're going to give that to one of our nieces, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
So it's not terrible, and I'll still make profit on it, but nowhere near what I thought I would. These elves sets are really quite sought after. Had them before, but never had a new sealed one. Still haven't got a new sealed one. I might have a quick peek, see if the figures are in there. I've had it before where people seal up sets, but what they've done is taken out the figures and stuff. Oh, okay, there's the dragon. Oh, there's the dragon's head. Got the instructions. Let's see if the figures are in there. This is what you tune in for. Winding clocks and looking in boxes of Lego.
The dragon's head.
Right, what figures are meant to be in here? There's meant to be one girl riding the dragon, and predictably, that's not even Lego. No, that's not Lego either. See, this is why you should be thorough. hang on, there's more.
Ooh.
So yeah, the figures aren't in there, and there's what is that? What is that? It's not Lego. See, so the value is plummeting. If I'd have known they were opened, I wouldn't have spent 20 quid. So learn from this. Don't do what I do. Don't do that. Oh dear. But the stuff I was so excited about winning, the records.
Mr. Man Ring, Stephen says.
Mr. Man Ring? I don't think it was a Mr. Man Ring. I didn't see any Mr. Men. Don't know. Anyway, shall I look how bad the Friends is? Or shall we move on?
Oh, I don't know. Miss Darfgirl says we all get excited sometimes and forget to check. It's true. We've all done it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we shouldn't beat ourselves up that much.
Well, I won't lose anything. It's just a pain. I'm not going to look in the Friends one. I'm going to assume that is not complete and the figures aren't in there.
Oh, Kath says, don't panic, Mr. Man Ring. Don't panic, Mr. Man Ring.
Don't panic! Don't panic! What else did we do? We went to dump the bed we were sold that was not fit for purpose. And we bought a load of stuff while we were out, including we took a bit of a punt on some 90s ceramics.
Yeah.
Do you want to share them?
Yeah,
they're quite interesting.
The blue ones are over there, and then I'll swap Jeff with you. And
you're going to swap me for Jeff? Oh, Jeff.
Oh, and Will wants to know about the records.
I'm going to put a video together so you can see the preview. You can see us bidding, hopefully, because we filmed that on the GoPro. It's a bit of a story with it. Spoiled that video, really. And Andrea really wanted, was it Spode? Was it Spode?
Yeah, and I did say that in my video that there was some Christmas. Oh,
that's my sister.
No, it's twice that she's tried to ring.
I'm just going to say I will ring her back. Hi, Joe.
Yeah, so Christmas Spode crockery.
Hello.
Not vintage, I don't think, but...
No, we're in the middle of a live stream. You are live on the internet. Really do not swear. Can I ring you back after?
I really wanted to get that, but it was very high. So I think somebody bought it for their own purpose because I didn't think there was enough profit margin. I had to stop bidding after a while.
Did it go to 50 plus?
She bought it 60 plus.
60 plus for a little.
I mean, there was a fair amount of it, but yeah, it was too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, she probably bought it for her own use. But yeah, we did we bought these. Well, yeah, we kind of decided that 90s might be the thing to start buying now.
It's certainly worth learning about.
Yeah.
We'll chat on that in a minute. Susan, hello. After all these years, you'd think your sister would know about Sunday nights. Yeah. Brain like a sieve.
Yeah.
Say hi from all of us. So too late, she's gone. I just wanted to read this. Revived Collections by Michelle. Hello. You may remember that I bought a rare Villeroy and Bosch mug for £4 in a charity shop. Had it up for sale for 90. Or nearest offer, accepted 70 yesterday. I could have held out, but I'm not greedy. That's
Wow.
We'd have taken 70 on a £4 investment.
For sure.
That's amazing on a mug. Yes, money in mugs.
Yeah.
Oh, James doing 3D printing. That's so clever. 3D print a plastic glow-in-the-dark skull for Ghost Castle. I know the piece. £8.99, 20 pence of plastic. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm laughing along with you in good spirit as your Lego box is getting worse as you look through it. But I've done worse, still can't talk about it. We've all been there. And I'm the first to put my hands up when I mess things up because I think it's worth sharing the screw-ups, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I would never want to put out there that I don't make mistakes because we both do. And I know all of you do as well. So I think it's good to share that stuff. Right. Should we talk about 90s ceramics?
Yes, 90s ceramics. These are Jeff Banks.
Jeff Banks. Yeah. Is it Churchill? Now, these are so 90s. But 90s are coming into fashion. There's a whole generation that are starting to buy back their youth. You know, and that's like your younger brother and
yeah,
those people.
And you see a lot on TikTok, like the trend for sort of 90s homeware, 90s style, all of that. So
we saw these and instantly thought that's not our taste, but it doesn't mean it's not somebody else's. So I thought, well, should we have a look? We had a quick look in the shop and we found somebody had sold 4 bowls, slightly bigger. Slightly bigger.
It was nearly 3.
Somebody had 3 of the pasta bowls. These are what they're calling soup bowls. And they got £30 for 4 soup bowls. And on the basis of that, we thought we'd have a go. We paid £6 for 8 of these. And they're in lovely condition. They've not had much wear. That just screams 1995 at you, doesn't it?
For sure.
But it also has some plates. So yeah, there's a whole load of different patterns.
4 of those,
yeah, 4 plates and 8 of the bowls.
Yeah.
There's a whole loads of different ranges of this Churchill Port of Call.
Yeah, Port of Call by Jeff Banks, but there are different designs.
I think this was Seville Blue or something. And the other one is even more 90s. Wait till you see this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear.
I'm treading on my Lego. I'm trod on my Lego now. You can't make it any worse. Yeah, so this lot was even better. It was £5 for everything, including, let me find the lid. Yeah. Screams 90s at you. Look at this.
Can I let go of a Jeff and not let him fall off? There we go. No. Right, pass you that. Yeah, so it was the yellow stuff that we saw
You
first.
bought some clothes as well.
It was the yellow stuff that we saw first, and it is this design. And I thought, oh yeah, I can see that selling well. That's very, very 90s. So there is.
I'll just get the jugs and the teapot,
Yeah.
I think.
So there's a teapot, and there are 4 cups, but unfortunately no saucers. And so I think I'll do the teapot and the cups together. And then there are 2 jugs. So there's this small creamer jug and a slightly bigger milk/water jug.
It's so 90s. Honestly, this is really not my taste at all. This pattern isn't as good as that other one from our limited research so far. This is more
and
common.
I like this.
It's more common. But it was £5 a lot. So we thought at that price, we're going to buy it and learn a bit. And if I show you the back stamp on these, it's the same port of call. But I think this might be quite slow because it's relatively common.
Elaine says, let's go up. Elaine says, I had some Jeff Banks port of call pottery ornaments. I loved them. Yeah, very nostalgic, aren't they?
Yeah, Miss, if you just go up one, I still can't get my head around 90s being vintage. I know. 90s feels like a few years ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, 2001 is vintage. I know, it's crazy. You know, I was telling Ellen that because she was born in 2001. She's like, oh no, I'm vintage now.
Yeah. So don't take our word on this. We did some preliminary research and it was so cheap, or cheap enough, that we thought we will buy it and learn.
Yeah.
I think it might be relatively slow, but I think this is something for the future. Well, certainly 90s is. It's becoming more and more sought after as time goes on, like everything does.
Yeah, I think what revived collections by Michelle is saying, I believe retro is 20 to 40 years, then vintage from then, and antique from 100. I think that you are technically correct, but I think that because of the way that Etsy does it, where they class anything vintage over 20 years, it's kind of changing a bit. So, yeah. Technically, you're right, but most people say that 20 years plus is vintage now.
So that was our foray into 1990s ceramics. It's a bit different to our usual.
So Monkey Thrifter says, Nick, could you do a green screen background of the old place in Hitchin so it looks like your old office?
It's beyond my capabilities, I'll be honest, Pete. Are you missing the old Tat Cave? I've been missing the old Tat Cave, but I am looking forward to finding time once we've finished all of the renovations in here. And we've got some work to do to outside windows that we're working on. And we've got to do some repainting outside. I think all needs to come before I do the conversion. I don't know. I'm itching to get a new Tat Cave done. Whether we'll live stream from in there, I don't know. It might be a bit chilly.
Yeah, so what Stephen says there is that retro has kind of been taken to mean something new that's made in an old style. So it's something that's throwback. So
you also bought yourself a little top,
Yeah, I bought a little floaty top.
Which we used to pad the teapot.
It was very useful.
Oh, now we also shared, or Andrea also shared, that one of the auction lots that we did win was 4 tins of buttons. We had fun going through a couple of the tins the other night, and there's some cool stuff in there, isn't there?
Oh, Jeff's farted.
Oh, he has. Oh, that's right, Jeff. Oh, I'm getting a second wave of that.
Yeah, it's pointed right in your direction.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, we've been enjoying going through the buttons, and
yeah, I put the mother of pearl ones on top there.
One of the tins that they've all been put on bits of card, or a lot of them have. So yeah, it's really cool. There's a load of mother of pearl bits, which are really nice. We're going to do a little lot of those. Yeah, lots of cool stuff in there. And how cool is that? And how small is that? Look, get some perspective. Look how small the Quality Street tin is. They're like this big now. And this is tiny. Isn't that cool? There's not a great deal of value. Didn't we look into the tin as well? And you can get these. You can get these super cheap. But it's such a cool little thing. I think we're going to keep one of these tins for ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep that one? Can you grab that one? This is really nice. Is this a Huntley's one? Yes, Huntley and Palmer tin.
I like that.
Yeah. That makes me, boy, that just looks like a button box. Every granny in the 80s had a button box like that. So you're keeping that one?
Yeah.
So yeah. What did you spend on them? £4, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're £1 each. So
Interestingly, this
that works
auction, it's the only auction we've ever bid at where there's no fees on the hammer price. When the hammer falls, that's all you pay.
Yeah, you get charged like almost an entry fee to bid, don't you?
You are charged to have a bidding number, which
Yeah.
was only £2.50, so that was perfectly reasonable. And then nothing else to pay, and we won like 5 or 6 lots. Yeah. What other highlights did you want to share?
I didn't share the Portmeirion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So one of the boxes that I bid on was for the Portmeirion, but I ended up getting a load of other stuff, which wasn't too bad really. But yeah, I particularly wanted the Portmeirion Botanic Garden. It's got the early back stamp on it. For the whole box though, got it for 35, which sounds a lot, but I reckon I can sell those bowls for about 60. So there's a set of 4 stacking bowls.
I'm trying not to drop them.
Please don't.
These are very nice.
Yeah. So there's a set of stacking bowls that I think I can get about £60 back on. And the jug should be about 15, I think, all told.
Yeah, so that wasn't too bad. And the extras that were in with it, you've since found there's a bit of money in the odds and sods.
Yeah, did all right actually.
You've got 2 the same.
I was quite pleased with it. Yeah, there's 2.
And 2 the same. Okay, 2 pairs.
There's 2 pairs.
Would you do those as pairs?
I'm just going to do the lot. There's
okay.
4.
Oh, Gadget Man's confirming stuff.
Yeah, Gadget Man says vintage equals old, retro equals new, tat disguised as old tat.
Vintage equals old tat.
Oh.
Shall I read that?
Yes, you better read that. I've even got my glasses on and I still can't read it.
Vintage equals old tat. Retro equals new tat disguised as old tat. Yes. I would agree with that.
That's how it's seen these days. But I do think that, Revived Collections by Michelle, I think that you were correct that technically that's what it should be, but it's gone out the window these days.
And then we bought a couple of. We were hanging around to see what things go for at this auction. It's completely new to us. Not bidding at auction. We've done that many times, but this auction house was new to us. So we were intrigued to see what sold for a lot and what was at giveaway prices. And some of the giveaway stuff we bought because there was a couple of like under the table just rummage boxes of ceramics, and we ended up going. He's like, "Can someone take it away for a couple of quid?" And we were like, "Yeah, go on, we'll have a go." And we did that on a couple, and there were some interesting bits and bobs. I've only grabbed these. These aren't anything special.
I was just reading Ian's comment here. Are you going for the blue and white willow pattern ceramics, etc., for your home to go with the ambience? No, but if you watch my video, I did pick up a couple of willow pattern bowls, and my nan used to have the entire set. Before she died, that was her crockery. So yeah, it's very, very nostalgic to me and brings up a lot of emotion.
My granddad had some of these as well.
Yeah.
That's willow pattern. It's got the little bridge and the little Chinese garden. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nanny had this exact one, the Churchill. I know he's barking.
Jeff wants to come back in now.
Yeah. But anyway, Ellen's going to have those because she wants a bit of.
Oh, is she? But you're now thinking you're going to collect this?
Yeah, because I now have 2 dinner plates. I've been hoarding a little bit upstairs. I've got a few side plates.
Our taste is kind of mid-century to maybe into 70s.
Yeah.
This sort of thing floats our boat. We're not so much the country cottage feel. Bizarrely, now we own one. But we like because it's our childhood, the 70s. So 60s, 70s, I think, is more our thing. So when you, as and when you see it, is this the Carnaby?
Yes.
Yeah. You're going to have a go at collecting some of that. It's a slippery slope, though, when you admit you're going to collect something. It's like...
Yeah. But now we've got 2 dinner plates, 1 each.
Is that all we've got? We've got a dinner plate each.
No, we've got some other stuff upstairs.
Yeah, so there was all sorts in the rummage boxes, and they were £2 each. As I said, no more commission to pay, so that was
I
quite.
won't move at the same time as you, otherwise you'll be staring at a door. Where is he? Yeah,
Jeffrey. Right, let's see what's going on in the chat.
Go lie in your bed.
Turn it into a retro cottage, 60s, 70s style. That's kind of more.
Yeah, that's how we're kind of, yeah.
But we've just bought a 50s clock.
I think it's going to be eclectic because the living room has ended up being quite modern, really. We've still got our old sofa in there, which I think we'll probably replace eventually.
Yeah.
But
We'll just fill it with things we like. I think that's all you can
Yeah.
do, right? And
And-
it will then represent you.
I kind of realised that when we moved in, I had all these ideas of how, you know, what I was going to fill it with or what it was going to look like. And then you get here and then you realise to make it your home, you need to have things that, like you just said, that represent who you are. And
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I can share. I was framing some prints as well. One is to hand. I can show that.
yeah,
But,
so
look,
subscribe.
50 Vintage said that she bought I said she. I don't know if it's a she or he. I just bought a Carnaby bowl today.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Jeff, out of the way.
Yeah, so you got these 2 posters sent to you by a subscriber, didn't you?
Yeah, offhand, I can't remember the name. That's terrible of me. Well,
And you finally found a couple of frames that actually work for them.
I think these were retail promotional posters. So in
Yeah, I
2000,
think so too.
2001, which is now vintage, Depeche Mode had an album out called Exciter, and the lead single was Dream On. And this was one of the promo posters for Dream On. We're going for white between the beams.
Yeah.
I think you'll find.
But classic white and yeah.
White and beams.
White and beams.
But yeah, so this is, I believe it is a retail poster. And the other one is for the album Exciter.
Yeah, and that one's green.
But finally framed these up. So there's going to be stuff like this in this house as well. It's going to be very eclectic. But you're really keen to have these up, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so. And you've got a really nice, what was it, a print or a poster or something like that of Martin Gore that you're going to frame?
Oh, it came with the album. Yeah, possibly.
Right, where are we? Have I missed?
We've got all sorts of gubbins we can share.
Oh, PvP's asking will I do a Christmas vlog. Oh, I will do something around Christmas, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do vlog.
I think if we go out and explore, like if we go back up to Norwich when all the Christmas lights are on, we'll do a video. If we go to different places and at Christmas, we'll film, I think.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do the Vlogmas thing. We just don't have the headspace at the moment. We're struggling to find time. I'm on a listing challenge. I was on a listing challenge last week. Didn't list a thing. I've been doing DIY, traipsing around Norfolk buying beds.
You need something to sleep on.
Every day. I've not listed for a whole week. We're so busy with stuff. So I don't think we've got the headspace to do Vlogmas properly.
No.
But we'll do a couple of Christmassy videos, maybe.
Indeed.
What else have we been buying?
What else have we been buying?
10p Media.
don't
We
know.
went berserk, didn't we? 10p Media again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bought another downfall. I've sold a
That was-
downfall.
That was from the tip shop as well.
This was from the tip. I sold a downfall last week for like 13, I want to say. I've not had this version, but it's basically the same as the one I've just sold, but with different colours. This one's blue and yellow and grey. But yeah. Pound from the tip shop. Yeah, I can't help it. Why not? And then media in there is 10p. So there's a sealed Sopranos box set for 10p. It just seems lunacy, doesn't it? There won't be much in it, but I can't leave it behind. So we bought a stack of media.
The trouble is, it's 10p only if you buy 10, because
No,
it's 10 for £1, isn't it?
Depends who's serving.
Oh.
Some
Well,
are more lenient than others.
Generally 10p, yeah, 10 for £1. And the same with books as well.
See, it won't have much value, but at least with this, I'll probably do away with that and just sell them like that.
Oh,
and then you can
yeah.
do them as a large letter. 10p, and they're like brand new. I reckon these have been watched once. You quite like those films, don't you? You and Ellen watched all of that.
Yeah, we liked the first one. The Winter Soldier was a bit overcomplicated,
Was it?
shall we say.
Yeah, and we bought another stack of books, all 10p each. We bought loads of media, some random CDs, all sorts.
Elaine is asking, is your booth in the antique place still happening? I'm starting with a cabinet, so that is happening on the 1st of December. So I'll probably vlog that.
Yeah, we'll make a video about that, and then if
Yeah.
you are in the area, you'll be able to know where to go if you want to go and nose about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only a cabinet. But I mean, look at that. What you can't really see, but it is Metallica's Black Album. There's a snake on the cover, but it's hard to spot. There it is. There it is. There it is. Can you see it? Yeah. Wait. 10p. Classic. So anyway, I bought loads of media and books to resell. Why not?
Yeah.
We had to go there to get rid of a bed we bought the day before.
Yeah. So, might as well go in the shop. It'd be rude not to.
Might as well. Yeah.
Okay, so shall we start with words of wisdom, because it's
Sure.
nearly I'm a Celebrity time, and I know a lot of you will be wanting to go and watch it.
Are we all enjoying I'm a Celebrity? I think it's been a bumper year. It's been, very enjoyable. We've all shouted at the telly at Matt Hancock, put it that way. Come on, George. Come on, George, for the win. I don't think he can win it, but yeah, come on, George.
Yeah, he's not getting good headlines because the tabloids don't like him, but yeah, we shall see.
I would like George to win at this moment, but I think, what's her name? Jill, the footballer. I think Jill will win.
Yeah, apparently he's been acting out a bit as George behind the scenes, but that's George for you. That is, he gets bored and he just acts out.
He's a diva. He's a complete stone cold diva, and he admits it himself.
Yeah.
Anyway, we normally end these with words of wisdom.
I think it starts with Gadget Man.
So if you have any, you can theme them on beds if you want, or being an idiot like me. Go on, do you want to read that one?
Oh, yes. You sent us this. You can be too old for a lot of things, but you're never too old to be afraid. This is the old man Marley that you apparently look like now.
I trimmed again just for you lot. Look how neat my beard is now. Yeah, we're going to have to watch Home Alone this Christmas just to check out old man Marley now.
Chris G says, buy a bed, bin it, dream on.
Perfect. Yes.
Lindsay and Alvin Reseller says, at the end of your day, you've done your best. Even if you haven't accomplished all that's on your list, you've given it your all.
I like that a lot. Simple and to the point. Yeah, I like that.
Once Love Treasure says, if you're thinking about buying a second-hand bed, sleep on it before making decisions.
What, sleep on the bed? Yes. There's one there.
Yeah.
Aid.
We are what we repeatably do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit.
That is very good. Yeah. Yeah. We were talking only last night about your actions show who you are. Your actions show you your true self. It's a completely different conversation, really. But
if someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time.
Yes, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. Yeah, it's so powerful. And words mean nothing. People's actions and their consistent actions tells you who they are and what they're like. Yeah, words are cheap.
I'm not sure about Jonathan's. I'm not sure what that means.
Sticky, cocky pudding.
I'm not sure.
What's that about?
Is that to do with I'm a Celebrity?
Oh,
It must be.
maybe.
Probably. Steve, Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. eBay's getting busy, so list your tat.
Awesome. Yes,
I like that.
we need to go through our stock and get a load of Christmassy stuff
Julie
listed.
says, don't spend what you don't have for one day. Don't spend what you don't have for one day.
Mm.
Oh, I see what you mean, for Christmas.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. Right. Yes, very good.
Yeah, don't get yourself in a pickle over Christmas.
Oh, that is so good.
Well, that would be good to be remembering that.
Yeah.
Daily, because sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah, on the tough days, that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. There's another one with happiness is a choice.
Yeah.
And I do believe that, but it can be really hard to get through that mental fog. And I've been battling with that since we moved. I'll be perfectly honest. It's been a struggle, and I'm homesick and all of that stuff. Not that this hasn't been a positive thing, and we know it is, but I've learned a lot about myself, and it's been mentally difficult, very, very difficult. So yeah.
Rob says,
don't get me emotional.
What are the odds that you'll watch the World Cup? You don't mind watching the World Cup?
I will enjoy the World Cup. Yeah, I'm not a football fan, but I love the spectacle of the Olympics, of the World Cup, even like the Rugby World Cup. I can really get into that. In fact, both of us will enjoy the big games, you know. I'll be totally into it. The last one we really enjoyed, didn't we, watching those? When England got really far, was it semi-finals we got knocked out? Yeah.
Don't buy beds before looking at it.
Yes.
You made your bed, now you have to lie in it.
Yes. No, we haven't. It's still in the car.
In the land of the blind, the eyed man is king. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
A bed is for life, not just for Christmas.
I thought it was in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Oh, I don't know. You didn't come for this. No, you didn't come. See, I need to. I'm blind. I can't read. You didn't come this far to only come this far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Stephen says a habit is something a nun wears. Elaine says everything in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be.
It starts with have nothing.
I see. I can't read. I'm just going to let you do it. I can't read tonight. For some reason, I cannot read tonight.
Have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. William Morris. Oh, it's a William Morris quote. Yeah. Well, I used to have this mantra, still do, when you're thinking about buying something. Do you need it? No, do you want it? Do you need it? Can you get it cheaper elsewhere? Something like that. And go through that. And most of the times when you get to do you need it, you can stop looking because you don't. Most of us don't need much.
We don't, but you know like I mean? It says, or believe it to be beautiful, because sometimes you don't need a thing, but you really love it.
But when we were clearing out, we were asking ourselves, you know, when was the last time we used this? Does it bring joy?
But that is the whole Marie Kondo thing as well, isn't it? The spark joy thing. Does it spark joy? If it doesn't, you don't need it in your house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the same concept, isn't it, really? Asking yourself mental questions about what you actually need or want.
Belinda says, my grandma once went to view a second-hand bed and there was someone asleep in it. Okay.
Really?
Junie says, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending.
Yeah, that's powerful. And it's so true. It's all up here, isn't it? Everything is about perspective and about how you approach it, particularly dealing with problems, dealing with adversity. It's a mental challenge. Yeah.
The choices you make, not the chances you take, determine your future.
Wow. Okay. Is that Ms. Daft Girl?
Yeah. Not
so daft, maybe.
You have more chance of winning the lottery than getting a beer at the World Cup, and this is very true.
Oh, I read that they're not serving alcohol at the World Cup. The English fans are going to love that.
Optimists invent planes and pessimists invent parachutes. There's room for everyone room for us all in life.
I like that.
Yeah. Recipe for success. Heat up an idea, take action, mix it up. What does that say?
There's some new words in here. Mix it up with dessert and
desire
and maybe? Beef.
And then add a dash of persistence. Very good.
What did the farmer say to the cows at night? It's past your bedtime. Wow. Thanks, Will. What's that one about happiness? Sorry, I was just reading that. Happiness may be a choice, but circumstances aren't always. Yeah, true.
Live today like there's no tomorrow. What?
I have the gravy boat and saucer for your new collection. Oh, well, if you get in touch and let us know how much you want for them, we can have a discussion. Use Andrea's Instagram.
Yeah, all right. Or there's an email address below.
Or there's an email, and that should all be below. Cool. And let us know what you're looking for it.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just picking out ones that say wow on them because I know we're in a hurry now. A strange bed is just a bed you haven't slept in yet. Yep.
Well, we slept in our daughter's last night. It's very comfy.
As Lex would say.
Live, love, laugh. Oh, yeah. Let's get that on a poster, shall we?
Okay. Always look on the bright side of life. Yes, indeed.
I like that.
Indeed. Okay.
Oh, so, wait. Shall we sing a lot? No.
Which one are you going with tonight?
I love the sentiment of Hannah's there, and because it's Monty Python, and I'm a huge Monty fan, so a Monty fan. Yeah. But let's pick one out. Was there any that particularly?
There were lots of bed ones.
Oh, I like Chloe's there. Live today like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, but I'll be drunk and crazy all the time.
That's what it should be.
We'll
just be luscious.
Luscious?
Lushes.
Lushes. What's
like,
a lush?
We're lush. We'll be a lush.
You're speaking language I don't understand. Here we go. Junies. Yeah. That one struck a chord.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the theme of most of these words of wisdom tonight. Yeah. A lot of it is mental choice, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think you talk a lot about we should have done that, or we could have done that, or why didn't we do that? And you can't go back. You can't look at. You can't change things that have happened. So you have to start now and change, affect the course from this moment.
100%. Yeah. And it's interesting because we can all read these wonderful little phrases and we understand the sentiment, but it's when you get into that negative headspace, it becomes harder and harder to act on those and to think through it that way, because you get in a negative spiral. And because we've been so tired and exhausted and so much change going on, yeah, it's been a struggle. But thank you for those. That was really helpful, actually, just reading out those things, getting a different perspective.
Yeah. Just a quick one before we say goodbye. Chris G said he went to Tamworth Market today. Please give a shout out to the quilling guy. He has some great framed quilling as an alternative Christmas present.
Now, quilling is where you get paper and you wind it round, isn't it? Into little like springs almost, and you stick them on. Yeah, I've had a go at that. It's one of those kind of Zen things. Stick it on. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Shout out for the quilling guy. Right, we're going to leave you there because we are completely addicted to I'm a Celebrity now. So we're going to go and watch I'm a Celebrity and have a glass of wine. And we'll see you next week. I'm hoping to get the auction video where you can see the lots that we were excited about. See us failing to win some of them because they went insanely high.
Yeah. And if you want to look in my boxes, what I got from the auction, then I have that whole video on my channel, and the link to my channel is below. So you can head over there and have a look, see what I got.
Please do. Please go and watch Andrea's video for an in-depth view on all of the stuff we got, including the £2 rummage boxes, which turned out pretty good in the end. Yeah. Right. Yes. Thank you, Elaine. We will see you all next week. Oh, actually, is it next week we can't do?
Oh, yeah, next week, next Sunday, we're not here. We're in Brighton.
We don't think we're going to be back from Brighton in time, so we may do a Monday one. next week.
Possibly.
That's the plan for the moment. And there's going to be a live stream tomorrow to find out who has won the listing challenge.
Spoilers, it's not you.
It's not me. If it's me, the others have done really badly. Right. Are we sorted?
Yeah. Okay. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure. Stroke the like button gently on the way out.
Say that.
All right, then whack it really hard.
Yeah, whack it really hard. It just sounds weird when you say
whack the like button on the way out, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Ta-ra.
Bye.